it, Roach.
Wonder if I'll find anything we're left behind here.
Giddy up. Come on. Go. Hey there. Run, Roach.
Ooh!
Our artists have truly outdone themselves this...
Pesadozos.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. I knew I should have taken you to the palace, handed you over to my tailor. Whatever are you wearing?
Sorry, didn't have time to change.
Luckily, I prepared for just such an eventuality. Here, don this doublet. Its cut is all the rage these days. Not all bad. Nothing. Just one other deed.
A mask.
All
Any idea why they wear masks?
likely because
Let's go. Soiree started.
wise of you to hide your weapons. How do we find Sindrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We will...
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb disciplines. The first was a concert by Cecilia Bellont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting.
The third and fourth from the Ara duo are the Tuven brothers, presenting their...
We were really hoping.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you...
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd.
I don't know where...
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaviri Orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize...
Wow. Dandelion's always complaining about artists.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are... Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask.
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find...
Please fill up, sir. One false move.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. Page force, cast them as down. Push the guidepost.
Anyone can be an artist. Even you. Come, toss some paint.
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about 2 things. Coin and copulation. Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. So much time I spent polishing that one-man play. And Countess de Safel was there. That's the worst. Now she will never look me in the eye.
Consider yourself greeted.
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things. Coin and copulation. Do not disturb! Shoo, shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Kaviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her such a
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centurion Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centurion Noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here, tall.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled.
Excuse me, madame.
Your thoughts, as you've made no effort to understand, it's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
A metaphor. What else will they think of? If they can't agree, they want to cut the line. A new constant struggle.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume, a gift from the Synthrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it. Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume, a gift from...
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Read this.
We must strip off the manacles of
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume, a gift from the Synthrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Color is but the shadow of deliberations on the nature of existence. It is irrelevant to the work's ultimate meaning.
Come and express yourself. Disperse the canvas and behold your emotions.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I did not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant, singer.
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were
What did the man look like?
tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace.
No, stay here. Anyone
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her squad to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Get out, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder. Still here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and it sank to the floor. Blood stains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open probably. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open probably. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. No key in sight. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out, fall out. Jewel was in a box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A Witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him a chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what...
So it is not him we seek, but is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned.
More recently, the family's last heir.
Know any more about this?
His grandfather wasn't. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel? His
discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again.
Forgive me, Madam
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence...
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn.
You were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real
and sought to steal.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your...
My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers.
What did your sister do to get back?
Siana was...
Parents run afoul?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun.
Could be the case.
She was angry at the whole world. I recall one such situation. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that Cedric stole his father's sword and killed. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace.
Think your sister might be in...
You see, I recall her always being...
Here, that's normal for sister.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered.
A fallen princess satisfying whims?
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to No.
I'll find her.
I hope you do.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages, literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Seems surprised. Why?
I never would have suspected Regis to find common ground with a Witcher.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the beast of... Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. What might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis... If I understand you correctly, you would rather help?
If possible, yeah.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to this...
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a Witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint, my mother.
Highly exceptional, Regis. You crazy bringing Detlaf here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you are gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlaf believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one, but I shall tell you all about her.
Guessing it's no accident you two
It would be quite some coincidence indeed.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me.
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Splendidly, Dettlaff. Ah, I'm grateful. You're back. It took you long enough. Regis. Gala. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you.
Your Grace. Always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. You have exceptional friends. This Dettlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make...
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Counter... It stands along the Sambre. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at me.
Banquets and wine.
Massacre at the estate of Durand de Samarin! Statues come to life to slaughter the members of the history of citizens.
Am I invisible?
Go up to any knight and shout, "The beast!" You'll stand the soil to honor
Me,
me.
oh my! A witch fella!